Hey, what's up everybody? Coach Matt over here, Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Continuing the conversation, answering your questions, trying to do it 3 to 4 times a week. So make sure you keep sending in those questions and I will keep doing answers for you. Today's question is a little bit different. This was emailed to me. We were doing a lot of talk about throwing technique. We've been doing a lot of talk about colleges and coaches, what coaches look for, things that you should look for in a college. Today is about training, and this is really, during the off season, we should be talking a lot about training. This one comes from a guy named Greg, and Greg is actually using the ebook that we have on the Primal website. It's the Ultimate Off-Season Training Guide for Throwers. Greg is actually using it for the Highland Games competitions, and he says that he enjoys the off-season conditioning book. It's the second year he's going to be using it for Highland Games conditioning, and his question's about the sequence of events or the lifts that we do. Just like we do here in the gym, in the off-season conditioning book, we do our main strength movement first. So it's either going to be a squat, bench press, or deadlift we do first. After that, we actually do a strength circuit. 3 to 5 exercises, one right after another, sort of in a strength training type circuit. Gets the heart rate up, things of that nature, but it's the basic base movements of strength training, things that we should all be good at and doing. At the end, we actually do our plyometric training at the end. So we'll do things like jumping squats, jumping lunges, explosive push-ups, and things of that nature we'll do at the end of the workout. In Greg's question, he says he's been reading materials that suggest skill work should occur early in the workout, and he doesn't know if plyos would be considered skill work, but he knows when he's tired he doesn't put as much into them. And what my reasons are for having plyos last. Well, Greg, to answer your question, there is a lot of talk about plyometrics and skill work and doing them first. I don't necessarily consider plyometric skill work. I consider skill work to be working with the actual implements. Oop, dropped my phone. Working with the actual implements that you're going to be throwing. So, if you want to do, if you can only, say for example, lift and do your Highland Games conditioning on the same day, if you just don't have enough time to split them up during the week, do your Highland Games throwing, your event training first, lift afterwards. The event training is still the most important. You got to get in those reps. I don't consider plyometric skill training. Plyometrics I consider a completely different part of the training, and I do put them last both in the workouts here at Primal and also in the workouts in the Ultimate Off-Season Training Book. And here's the reason why. Through our workouts here and through the Ultimate Off-Season Training Book, what you'll notice is that during the beginning parts of your day with your main strength movement, you're moving a lighter weight very quickly. It should be an easy set of 8, an easy set of 6 before you get into your heavier stuff. Those lighter weights you should be moving explosively. During the strength circuit, you're also going to have movements that you will be able to do explosively. Things like dumbbell clean and press, dumbbell snatch. Those are going to be thrown in there as well. The plyometrics at the end aren't necessarily to give you an explosive plyometric effect and to teach your body to be quick and powerful, even though that's part of it. It's more for mental toughness. If you know that at the end of a track meet, or the end of a Highland Games contest, or the end of a football game, or the end of a baseball game, basketball game, whatever your sport might be, if you know that at the end of it, an extremely intense killer workout that we have in the book and that we do here at the gym, if you can still complete some plyometric movements, things like jumping squats and jumping lunges, and grit your teeth and force your way through it, then you know at the end of your games or at the end of your meets or at the end of your daily event with the Highland Games, you know that at the end you're still going to have some gas left in the tank. You're going to push yourself to be explosive at the end of your workouts, and that's going to trigger a more of a mental response where you can tell yourself, you know what, I've been through harder work than this. I can explode at the end of a really hard workout. I should be able to start throwing my PRs. I should be able to start working even harder. Even though everyone else is tired, even though everyone else is breathing heavy, I've been here before. I've been here 3 days a week. I've been in this position where I've been exhausted when I need to be explosive. And mentally, that mental toughness is what's really being trained by having Plyos at the end. Now, certainly during the season, when you're outside doing throws for all the shot put, discus, hammer, javelin, weight guys out there, you're going to be doing other explosive things like medicine ball throws and box jumps and whatnot. Those I like to put after the throws outside at the circle. I don't like doing that stuff in the weight room. Not enough room, not enough, too many people kind of crowded in there. Equipment might be sort of taken by other sports. So your box jumps, do right out at the circle. Any type of explosive bounding, sprinting, bleacher running, do out at the circle. Medicine ball throws, do out at the circle. That's also explosive movement. That's also a plyometric type effect where you're going to be explosive throughout a full range of motion. So that stuff is great to train before you work out and after you throw. The reason we put Plyos at the end of our workouts here and at the end of the off-season conditioning ebook, we like to see that mental toughness. We like to see athletes sweaty, out of breath, sore, bloated up, just a long, long day of training, kind of turn off their brain, grit their teeth, and bang out some explosive movement as best as they can and get that grit, get that mental toughness that's going to take them to that next level. This was an awesome question. No one's ever asked it before, and we have sold a lot of these ebooks, guys. The ebook is probably the best-selling thing on the Primal website. I'll put a link for it down below if you want to check it out. It's a great product. It's 13 weeks of training, 3 days a week. If you started doing it now and you have indoor track, it's going to take you right up to about the first track meets of the season, okay? It's great to do during the off-season and post-season after your season's over. Get nice and strong, get nice and big, get nice and quick, explosive movement, get you to that next level that you're looking for. Thanks for the question. Keep them coming. Hope to hear from you soon.